Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we have got, again, news for a few GUC customers that they probably know now. Power has been restored. Earlier today, we were looking at a power outage in the McGregor Downs Road area, kind of near Bee's Barbecue Road in Greenville, kind of up on the north side of town. Over 500 people were impacted, but we have now gotten reports from GUC that that section that was experiencing that power outage, again, has now been restored. Here's a look at, again, some of the scenes that we have been looking at earlier this morning. This is a look in Wayne County, just the ice crews and the power crews all set, ready to go. Haven't seen, again, a ton of ice out there, but there are, again, pockets that are certainly far more slick than others. We will, again, continue to see this threat of ice all the way through, I would say, around 11 a.m. to around noon. And after that, air temperatures will start to ramp up and warm up enough to get us away from the freeze and more towards the melt. But, of course, crews have been working very hard, spreading spreading salt all across eastern North Carolina to keep that ice from really icing up and being effective in its job to ruin drivers' days. Now, we do want to turn to the Neuse River Bridge, where we are keeping an eye on things. Here is a look at exactly what we've got going on. Part of the bridge is open. I do believe it is the eastbound lanes. Yeah, between James City and Bridgeton, the eastbound lanes of the Neuse River Bridge are now open, but there you can again see some officers and DOT crews present closing off the westbound lanes. So this is something, again, we're going to continue to keep an eye on and let you know about early on in the morning. But as far as what we've got right now, we have got, again, more rain showers currently present across the east. Now, this is a big picture look at what we've got radar-wise. Rain on the eastern side of 17. Along and west of 17, at least so you get to around I-95, we're looking at a sleet and freezing rain mixture. And again, air temperatures right now for those zones are down well below freezing. Right now between around 25 to 30 degrees. In fact, Roanoke Rapids earlier this morning, we were looking around 21 degrees. Now the craziest part is that along the Outer Banks right now, they're enjoying some heat. Right now, Hatteras is reporting air temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s, which is very surprising considering the rest of eastern North Carolina is as cold as we are. But again, as we head through the day, a lot of the pink you're seeing on your screen is going to be turning to green, and that means that the threat of icing is going to be going away. Here's a look at that air temperature, your current air temperatures right now across the east. Currently 62 degrees in Cape Hatteras. We've got 49 in Stumpy Point along with Manteo. So if you're watching from the Outer Banks, you're probably saying, well, I thought we were supposed to get some winter weather. Well, what happened? Well, they keep going westward, and you will see, again, some cold temps. Right now, we are at 30 degrees in Greenville, 29 in Jacksonville. We've got 27 showing up in Goldsboro, as well as Kenansville, 26 in Rocky Mount, 28 in Kinston, 31 in New Bern. There are plenty of areas right now that are still below freezing, and for those areas, freezing rain is very much still an issue. So just because parts of eastern North Carolina aren't looking at any rough stuff out there, understand that if you're watching in Jacksonville, New Bern, Kenansville, Kinston, Greenville, Vanceboro, Washington, Williamson, Ahoskie, Snow Hill, Rocky Mount, Goldsboro, Roanoke Rapids, Tarboro, Canida, any of those areas, you guys are still below freezing. And so long as you're below freezing, you will again have that ice threat present. Now, let's talk about where we are going. Winds will start to shift a little bit more. The reason why Hatteras is as warm as it is, a strong 20-mile-an-hour wind out of the south-southeast will certainly warm you up. But again, The rest of eastern North Carolina seeing more of a northerly breeze, cooling us down. Do want to say good morning to Sue Ann Gaskell-Woody, along with Lisa Blunt and Darnett Gardner. Thank you guys so much for joining me over on Facebook. But to plan out the rest of your day, again, by the time we get to around lunchtime, air temperatures are expected to be rising up to around maybe a little bit above freezing. Looking at 34 degrees at 11, 33 at noon, back to 34 degrees at 1 and 2 p.m. And so long as we keep those air temperatures a little bit above freezing, we're not going to have to deal with any more freezing rain. And more importantly, the rain showers that will come down will be the type that help wash away the ice. It will help with the melting. So yeah, over the next 2 hours, 3 hours, the rain showers that will be coming down will still unfortunately be adding to the ice problem. Once we get to noon, air temperatures will be warm enough. They'll start warming up the ground, certainly warming up the drops, and that will again reduce any sort of icing left on the roads. It's not just, of course, going to be the salt that helps, but the raindrops too will help wash away and melt away any of that leftover ice. Now, I got a comment from Josh Faulkner. My neighbor went out driving this morning. Do you think the roads are safe? Well, Josh, I got to tell you, your neighbor, questionable judgment there. But as far as the roads, at least when I went in, we only had kind of one little pocket. If you're watching around the Winterville area, Thomas Langston Road, there was a little pocket where we had a little bit of some slush, or even I would say some accumulated sleet. It only lasted for maybe about 20 feet, but there was again a slick spot on the road. That was really kind of the only slick spot I ran into. Hopefully again, your neighbor made it to wherever they were going safely. Now, let's talk about what we've got again later on this evening. This is the best part is that, well, best part for parents. I'm sure kids are probably not too pleased, but right now it does look likely that school will be happening on Monday because overnight lows are going to be staying above freezing. 5 p.m., 37 degrees. Starting to cool down a little bit by 6, down to 35, but then we warm back up to 36 at 7 and 8 p.m. So, as we head through tonight, air temperatures will not get cold enough to support any sort of re-icing. In fact, air temps actually warming up as we head through tonight into tomorrow morning. So, if you're hoping again for a snow, or I guess an ice day off of school coming up tomorrow, you do need to understand your kids, you got to do your homework tonight. Got to do the homework tonight. This does look like, again, a system that is not going to produce any more impacts, I would say, beyond noon today. From that point on, everything is really going to start to improve. We may again see certainly some breaks in the moisture at times today, but the heavier rain will return as we head through tonight into tomorrow morning. And by the time we reach 7 a.m., most of us are going to be waving goodbye to the drops and saying hello to another round of cold but not freezing temperatures. Let's take a look again at that full 8-day forecast. And a 39 today, overnight lows tonight down to 36 degrees, but then we're back up to 41 on Monday. I think through the day on Monday, everything again is going to be draining off the roads. We'll have again pockets of water in places, but a lot of that water is going to be gone by the time we reach, I would say, Monday evening, to the point where that 16 degrees overnight lows probably not going to lead to any slick spots on the roads coming up for your Tuesday morning. Certainly something we'll continue to monitor. It'll be interesting to see again how much water we still have out there once those raindrops clear the coast Monday morning. By Monday afternoon, we'll have a pretty good idea of, are there any wet spots left over? And are those going to refreeze? Right now, it is not looking like they are going to be sticking around. We'll get enough drainage to take those off the roads. Going to be cold again this coming week. High of 41 on Monday marks the high temp of the week. Overnight lows down well below freezing once we get through tonight into Monday morning. After that, we're down at hard freeze territory between the mid-teens to the mid-20s all the way through next weekend, which brings me to our next opportunity for a few snowflakes. Check it out, Saturday. High, 37 degrees. Obviously, that's not going to bring snow to eastern North Carolina, but overnight, lows dropping down to 18 degrees, and with some moisture present, that's enough to give us some snowflakes here in the area. Now, of course, we've got a long ways to go before that actually becomes a reality. I'm certain most of you are probably remembering about a week ago, 7 days ago, when we were talking about, okay, we're coming up, what is now this weekend, we've got an opportunity for snow. Everything can change. That area of low pressure that was supposed to give us snow this time moved a little bit too far north. We will see how our next low pressure system, or at least next snow opportunity, kind of works its way out through this upcoming week. We'll see what we get coming up next weekend. But right now, again, it's an opportunity for some sledding fun. And that is what I'm going to hang my hat on. Anyways, how will the roads be in the morning? Sheila Doherty got to drive to a Hosky from Williamston. Sheila, today, not a good day early on in the morning. Once we get past noon, I would say around noon, 1, 2 p.m., you'll really start to see some improvements on the roads. And then overnight tonight, everything is going to be, again, wet, cold, but fine road-wise. I don't think any ice is going to be able to stick around with air temperatures in the mid to upper 30s through this afternoon, and then warming through tonight. So your drive, I'm assuming it's coming up tomorrow morning. You should be fine. If it's this morning, wait on that, and again, go once we get, I would say, around lunchtime, maybe a little bit after lunch. But again, do want to say thank you to everybody for joining me over on Facebook. We'll be back with more news and weather right here on the First Alert Desk coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. We'll see you back here at 10.